She bailed her boyfriend's daughter out of jail, but got told to F off. Now she's cut off their phones. Is she the villain or just fed up? Let's find out. I'm a 48-year-old woman, and my boyfriend, who's 58, and I have been together for 8 years. Recently, he moved in with me because of some health issues I was dealing with. This really upset his daughter, A, who's 30. She thought we should sell my boyfriend's house to her. When we made it clear that wasn't happening, A demanded $20,000 to fix her teeth. Yes, they're in pretty rough shape. My boyfriend told her we wouldn't help with that either. A then had the nerve to demand to see his bank statements to prove he didn't have the money. Can you believe the audacity? Let me back up a bit to explain how I became the evil monster in A's eyes. When my boyfriend and I first started dating, he was covering a lot for A, her car insurance, phone bill, and even her healthcare costs. A was 26 when he stopped paying for her healthcare, and at 27, she got a DUI that she kept secret from everyone. Fast forward 18 months, and my boyfriend and I were on vacation when A started blowing up my phone with calls and texts. She said she'd been arrested for not having current vehicle registration. It sounded odd, but I had no reason to doubt her. From vacation, I arranged to have her car towed to avoid impound fees. I kept calling my boyfriend, and I made 2 90-minute trips to pick her up, only to find out she hadn't been released yet. Believing her story about expired tags, I paid to update her registration. But after that second trip, I started getting suspicious. I went to the courthouse and discovered A had an arrest warrant, not for expired tags, but for that DUI she'd hidden. She needed a chemical dependency evaluation, hadn't paid her fines, and had been driving on a suspended license for the past 18 months. The court said she wasn't allowed to drive until a judge reinstated her license. 2 days later, we finally picked her up when she was actually released. I lied to our faces, claiming the judge said she could drive her car home. I called her out and she told me to F off and that I'm not her mom. My boyfriend told her he was done paying her car insurance because of the DUI. A few weeks later, it was her son's birthday. My boyfriend was invited, but I wasn't. I pointed out the hypocrisy. Apparently, I'm good enough to bail her out of jail, but not good enough for a birthday party. I also asked A to pay me back the roughly $1,000 I'd spent on her car. Her response, F off, I don't owe you anything. Maybe I'm petty, but I thought I at least deserved a thank you. Now let's get to the phone situation. Years ago, we added A and her son to my phone plan. About 2 years ago, A wanted a new iPad for her son and promised to pay for it. She paid once and then stopped. A year ago, A had to have a new phone, one that cost 3 times as much as the other phones on our plan. She promised to pay for that too, but after a year of no payments, my boyfriend told her we'd keep her on the plan for the military discount. But she needed to cover her share. A did not take this well. She told my boyfriend to choose between her and me and said some truly awful things about me. At that point, I realized A sees me as a horrible monster and is playing a game of find out after you mess around. I shut both phones off immediately. She was told I expected the phone and iPad to be transferred to a new plan or given to me by tomorrow. I know I acted hastily, but am I the a-hole for shutting off their phones and making the demands I did?